What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some very, very unfortunate news to be reported as Olympic gold medalist, superstar, Cuban boxer, Guillermo Rigondeaux has suffered a major, major unfortunate injury and has lost his eyesight. Guillermo Rigondeaux, he just fought February 26th in a shocking loss. And Guillermo Rigondeaux, is a superstar boxer, man. One of the most avoided fighters in the history of the sport of boxing. Cuban school of boxing, pure boxer, skill set, dominant, but as of late, Guillermo Rigondeaux, he has, hadn't been the most entertaining fighter. Guillermo Rigondeaux, he dominated in the fight against Filipino superstar Nonito Donaire. He dominated that fight against Nonito Donaire, and he was the underdog in that fight, and nonetheless, he won the fight, Guillermo Rigondeaux, in dominating fashion. And after doing so, a lot of people after that fight, they decided that they was going to avoid Guillermo Rigondeaux. You had plenty of fighters that was in and around his weight class that he could have made super fights with, and they just chose not to make the fights with Guillermo Rigondeaux, unfortunately. And now we see Guillermo Rigondeaux, according to reports, he was in his Miami home, so Guillermo Rigondeaux, is 41 years of age, 5'7", 67.5-inch arm reach. He's southpaw, 20 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 13 wins by way of knockout. One time in his career, he was stopped. That was the fight in which he fought against two-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer out of Ukraine, Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. Okay, that was back in 2017. He took a loss in the fight with John Rayo Casamaro, which was a, very non-entertaining fight that Rigondeaux had, that put a sour taste in many people's mouths. And then most recently, like I said, February 26th, he faced off against Vincent Astrolabio, okay, and he lost a unanimous decision. And, many people felt like it was time for Rigondeaux to hang it up, okay, call it a career. And so with that said, Guillermo Rigondeaux, he he's going to go down one of the greatest Cuban fighters to ever grace the squared circle, okay? He's a southpaw. Talk about pure skills and pure boxing, amazing. So according to these reports, he's in his Miami home, and he was cooking, dealing with a pressure cooker, and the pressure cooker blew up in Rigondeaux's face, and causing him to what they thought was going to be, life-threatening. Turned out, they stated that the injuries he suffered to his face was very, very bad, and that he's now lost 80% of his eyesight, rendering him blind. They're being hopeful that the tissue would regenerate and that he could regain his eyesight in the future. But currently, as it stands, he is now blind. He can't see. He sustained very, very traumatic injuries to his face. This is unfortunate, man. There were so many big fights and so many opportunities for Guillermo Rigondeaux that many people wanted to see. There was many fights out there that people were calling for to see Guillermo Rigondeaux. So those fights just eluded Guillermo Rigondeaux. Unfortunately, they never came to fruition. The biggest fight he had, the biggest win was the Nonito Donaire win, and the second biggest fight he had was the Lomachenko fight. And unfortunately, he never got the opportunity to be a true superstar, a cash cow, have those pay-per-view events that many people thought that was on the horizon for Guillermo Rigondeaux after he defeated Nonito Donaire, and it just never came to fruition. Again, like, People avoided the style because, you know, he's a mover, he's slick, he's a southpaw, you know, and it's unfortunate for him in his career that this has it has come to this. So we got to see how everything unfolds and plays out moving forward. Unfortunately, Guillermo Rigondeaux again has suffered major eye injury and is blind in his eyes, 80% blind after a pressure cooker blew up in his face. Wow, it's unfortunate. But shouts out to Guillermo Rigondeaux, his family, his loved ones, and himself. Hopefully he makes 100% full recovery. You know, opportunities, nothing's guaranteed. Tomorrow's not guaranteed to nobody. Opportunities had eluded him. The sport of boxing was freezing him out, and it's truly, truly unfortunate. And this should be a learning lesson moving forward, man, because tomorrow's just not promised. You never know what's going to happen. This is a very freak accident that took place. And I actually had this happen in my house where a pressure cooker, my mother-in-law was cooking in a pressure cooker. It blew up in the house, you know, in the kitchen, and she was right next to it, you know, and it blew up and, you know, it destroyed my kitchen, had to remodel the kitchen. So I understand, you know, I experienced this, not the injuries that he suffered, but I experienced this situation, and this should be a lesson learned. You know, when you have opportunities for these fighters, man, fighters have these opportunities, and, you know, and they being frozen out, man, it's truly, truly unfortunate, and it's a shame. And you know, and on the flip side of that, this should be a lesson that, you know, don't take anything for granted, because any moment could be your last moment, as we see in this situation. And he's lost his eyesight, so hopefully he gets healthy and everything comes full circle, and he makes 100% recovery. Blessings to Guillermo Rigondeaux and his family. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.